Happy Thanksgiving. It's Black Friday, day after Thanksgiving. I'm out here in the shop, just tinkering around, getting things set up to get ready for welding. I've already bought the welding fire resistant jacket. But today what I'm doing is putting a piece of metal on the tabletop. I already had the roll around table. And since I already had the roll around table, it's made out of wood. I have a piece of 3/8 flat steel that we're putting on here. So what I did is about about an inch and a half overhang here. Got a 2-inch overhang here. So this is the ground clamp. And so what I'm doing is gonna put two 5/16 bolts in, and they're just gonna hold it to the wood table is what they're gonna do. Then I'm probably gonna put my vise and put my wheel grinder back on the end there. But right now, I've already drilled one hole. What I did was I took this little drill here and drilled a little pilot hole. And then I'm gonna come back the way I did this side here. Come back. This is a hammer drill you've seen in another video when I was working on the compressor shed, but it has drill and hammer drill on it, and so I'm going to use it to make that hole a 5/16. So what's going to end up happening, I'm going to have a 5/16 bolt on this side, 5/16 bolt on that side. They're about 2 inches long, and going to have a bolt flat washer on the bottom, 5/16, then a 3/8 on that. A lock washer, and then a nut on the bottom. And all that's going to do is just hold it to the wood. Because I didn't want to buy a table, and I didn't want to build nothing since I had this one. And it works fine, which I'll move all the other stuff off the bottom of it. But it's just to hold it to this is what it is. I couldn't cover the whole table. The steel was just too heavy, because like I said, I built this out of wood just to do odds and ends on it, and the wheels are too small, so I couldn't put too much weight on it. But the saws and stuff, I'm going to take everything off that I can, and just probably make it into a welding table, leave all the welding stuff on. So I'm going to finish drilling this hole out here, make it a little bit bigger, tighten it all up, then I'll come back. back and got rid of all the little metal foulings. I could finish off with the air gun, but I did the metal fouling that away. So here we are. Gonna take the lap disc, hook it up to the angle grinder, and I made a mistake and I bought 120, which is real fine. Should have got like a 40 or a 60. I may go down to Lowe's here and get a 40 and 60 because I need to pick up something else. That's probably what I do. Go get a rough one for the first pass, then come back and take the fine one for the second pass. So we'll see what happens. I don't have a Harbor Freight in this town. I have to drive 45 minutes both ways to get to one. So I may just go down here to the local. We got part of Welding Supply, but I think they're probably closed today, being Black Friday. But yeah, I'm gonna need one a little bit rougher than that. 120 is just a little bit more fine, and then may buy a different style of wire brush too. But this is a knotted. This like cleaning wells, is my understanding. You put them on top and do like that. Okay, but that's where we are now. Just gotta clean that top off. I had this drill. I had a little wire wheel. I'm probably going to just end up using it all, throwing it away. As you use it, the little bristles breaks off. But I just wanted to show you the difference. The wire wheel is doing a pretty good job. And then here's where I got, so I just have a little bit more to go. I think the wire wheel will last till I finish that. And if the wire wheel can get all that off and I have enough to finish, then I think this disc, I may can get away with that 120 just to finish it up. And so I thought I'd try it before I run down to the store. And it's taking a lot of the surface rust off. I just want to show that the little disc, the 120 grain disc, did a great job. It is very smooth along this edges. So I'm going to run it around the edges. You see how it cleans it up really nice. Put that shine on it. And take a lot of the surface off. But if you get right here in the light, you can see the difference here and compare it to there. So it's really doing a great job. Probably be a little bit faster with a different grit, but I'm decided I'll use what I have and see how it turns out. May come back later and put something on here to take care of all that, but right now I just want to get the edges nice and clean. And so if I put my first weld, I may put a piece of angle iron right here just to test it out. But I'm really impressed with that that style of disc. It is really doing a great job for us cleaning up those edges. Like I said, I took the wire brush and got the surface rust off. You can see how bad this is right here. But I'm going to run this next and get that one cleaned up. And we'll come back, look and see how it's coming. Relocating the vise. It's got 4 3/8 bolts in it. So I put my little template here. This is what I had it mounted on before. So I'm just going to drill my holes here through the drill my holes through the top there. So that'll be my little old template there. We'll just drop one in there to have a placeholder. I went and marked it with a little blue marker, my dots, so I know where to drill at. Hopefully it'll come out straight. But that's what we're doing here, and then I'll put the grinder back on the other side. And then that'll be a wrap for us. That. All right. Relocated the vise and relocated the grinding wheel. So pretty much converted this to a welding table since I already had it. Tiles are so small, so I couldn't put the metal all the way. But there it is. I'm gonna go and probably get some more sandpaper, maybe a 40, 60 grit. And if not, I may just put baking soda on it overnight, and it'll get the rest of that rust off. This is nice and smooth right here. It'll get a good connection when you clamp onto it and need a ground for the welder. So this here is pretty much done. I'll go get. All right, YouTube, we finally got finished, accomplished what I wanted to get done today. Relocated the grinder, relocated the vise, repurposed this table, gonna make it a welding table. And so it had quite a bit of rust on it. You see these gloves I bought over here at Lowe's. Finally went into town and I got some 36 grit, and it really knocked the rust off of it. This is all I had when I started earlier this morning or earlier today. But I finally went down to the store, got this, and that did the trick. I used my old Black & Decker sander. So it looks really good. You still can tell the difference where the lap grinder got right here. With the angle grinder, had a lap tool on it, but here where the sander start. So, but I'm really happy with it. It came out well. I rounded the corners with the lap stone or what have you. So it's all looking good. I'll probably come back and do a little bit better with this if I wanted to, but I'm satisfied. I have about 1.5 inches, 1.5 3/4 on each side to put the clamp on, and then I have 2 inches here. So whatever I decide to use it for. I got to come back tomorrow. I'm probably going to take one of those. If I don't turn this upside down, put it on a 2x4 and just rub under the bottom, knock some of the surface rust off of it. Some of the surface rust, knock it off, and then I'm thinking about on each corner, take them in a little square, 1 by 1, maybe welding on here, just to make sure you got a good ground. So that's one of the deals. I probably should have used different kind of screw, but all I need to do is just hold this on. It's heavy. I didn't want it to turn around, so I usually, these are what I had, and but I probably should have had countersunk. My neighbor made that suggestion, and he's a craftsman. I'm not a craftsman. I just put stuff together and use what I have. So, but he has a very good suggestion. If I stop being lazy one day, I may come back out here and change those out. But right now, they're fine to me. I don't really care. But that's what it is. Well, thank you for following along. If you like these kind of videos, subscribe and hit that bell, and then you automatically be notified. It doesn't cost you anything. And thank you very much for watching.